Sleep is the foundation of everything. Yes, also to your body weight. To lose weight, it's not just about how much you eat, it's also about how much you sleep. So, are you ready to hit the snooze button and discover the hidden connection between sleep and weight loss? I'm going to tell you all the science behind it, along with 12 simple tips you can follow to improve what you've got going on with your sleep right now. Let's go. There are several theories of sleep, but sleep is still somewhat of a mystery. But we do know good sleep, and enough of it, is really important for good health. Here are a few benefits. First, sleep helps us solidify and consolidate memories. During sleep, tissues are repaired throughout the body. Sleep clears out and replenishes brain chemicals, resetting your whole nervous system. During sleep, the brain clears toxins, and the inactivity of the brain during non-REM sleep appears to provide a period of rest for your brain. We also know that chronic sleep deprivation shortens our lifespan. It can quite literally shorten your life. Sleep deprivation is defined as sleeping less than 6 to 7 hours per night, which really a lot of us, I think, get. It contributes to cardiovascular disease by increasing the chances of your coronary arteries becoming weak and blocked, which sets the stage for cardiovascular disease, stroke, and congestive heart failure. Those who sleep less than 6 hours per night are 20 to 32% more likely to develop hypertension or high blood pressure than people who get 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. And I see a lot of our clients who get less than 6 to 7 hours per night of sleep, so it's not very rare. Insufficient sleep increases our risk for developing dementia and Alzheimer's disease. It weakens our immune system and increases the risk of developing certain forms of cancer. It contributes to mental health conditions like depression, anxiety, and suicidality. It negatively impacts our ability to think, focus, learn, and even make decisions. And lastly, lack of sleep disrupts our hormones, which impacts your weight. If you're serious about dropping weight, you'll make the process just so much easier by building your nutrition and movement plan on a foundation of daily restorative sleep. Also, if you're dieting but not sleeping enough while doing so, it will be ineffective since most of the weight you lose will come from lean body mass or your muscle mass and not fat. There was a study that came out a few years ago, and it looked at a group of people. There was a group of people who slept more than 7 hours and a group of people who slept less than 7 hours. Those who slept more than 7 hours ate more and weighed less than the shorter sleeping individuals. So getting adequate sleep is really important. One of the reasons why is because it helps to regulate cortisol, also known as the stress hormone. The less we sleep, the more cortisol we release. More cortisol means more glucose in your blood, which means more insulin, and insulin promotes fat storage. Cortisol also impacts other hormones. When we don't sleep well, cortisol is high in the morning when we wake up, and it can cause your thyroid to slow down, which in turn can result in your metabolism slowing down, making it really hard to lose this darn weight. So sleep is very important. It's a regulator of your metabolism. It affects hunger hormones like insulin, leptin, which is your full hormone, and ghrelin, which is your hunger hormone. These hormones are responsible for fullness, hunger, blood sugar regulation, and even fat storage. Several studies have shown that poor sleep leads to insulin resistance. In fact, skipping just one night of rest makes us as insulin resistant as a type 2 diabetic. Insulin resistance leads directly to weight gain, in particular right around the belly. We also know that the risk of diabetes increases with chronic sleep deprivation. Lack of sleep can lead to an increase in the hunger hormone, ghrelin, and a decrease in the hormone leptin, which signals you to be full. This hormonal imbalance can lead to overeating, binging, and weight gain. Human growth hormones affect the regulation and metabolism of glucose, fats, and proteins in the body. And when we don't get enough sleep, we reduce our levels of growth hormone and we are more likely to accumulate that belly fat. Maintaining a consistent sleep schedule can also impact weight. Disruptions to the sleep-wake cycle, such as those caused by shift work or jet lag, have been associated with increased body weight too. Sleep deprivation can also cause inflammation in the body, which has been linked to weight gain and the development of obesity in general. So getting consistent quality sleep and maintaining a regular sleep rhythm has a huge, important, positive impact on your hormones, metabolism, the inflammation in your body, and just overall body weight. In order for you to wake up every morning and show up as your best, physically, emotionally, mentally, you need between 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. Now that you know the significant impact of sleep on your health and your weight, let's dive into 12 tips that will help you achieve your non-negotiable 7 to 9 hours sleep window every night. So you might be thinking, but Dr. Ashley, with my lifestyle, I'll never reach 7 to 9 hours of sleep on a consistent basis. Well, in fact, you might be able to achieve it easier than you expect. Let's dive into the first tip. 1. Go to sleep at the same time every night and get up the same time the next morning, no matter if it's a work day or a weekend. At most, vary sleep and wake time with 30 minutes only. 2. Take advantage of the magic window of sleep between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. This is actually when your body reaches its peak production of hormones, like melatonin and human growth hormone. This means that sleep during this time is much deeper and more rejuvenating than sleep after 2 a.m. So if you go to bed after 2 a.m., you're missing out on that important time. 3. Stop eating 3 hours before you go to sleep. This will help to keep your core body temperature low during the night, which will improve your sleep. It will also help your body's internal body clock to switch from daytime function to nighttime function, which are critical for repair and rejuvenation. There are also some genetic SNPs that, if you have, will predispose you to increased risk for diabetes if you go to bed right after you've eaten. I have this genetic SNP, so if I eat right before I head to bed, it's going to increase my risk to develop type 2 diabetes. So you really want to give your body some time to metabolize that last meal and work through it before you go to sleep, and it will allow your sleep to be deeper as well. At PhD, we help our clients stay on schedule, not just with what and when they're eating, but also all around sleep too. So if you need that support, give us a call. We'll set you up with a chat with our nutritionists, and you can learn how we'll customize your meal plan and help you get better sleep. 4. Take a hot shower before bed. It will help to cool down your body core temperature by dilating your blood vessels and allowing your body to cool itself down after the shower. 5. Keep your bedroom cool between 65 to 68 degrees. Consider using a cooling mattress to keep your body temperature low at night. I know we're all different. I hate when it's really cold, but I do sleep better. And my husband uses a cooler, and it is this thing that he puts on his mattress and it cools down his side of the bed so that he's comfortable and I can stay a little bit warmer. There is a direct link between drop in body temperature and the production of the sleep hormone melatonin. When you control your sleep temperature, you'll fall asleep faster, achieve deeper and more restorative sleep. 6. Exercise at some point during the day, as exercise improves your sleep, but refrain from exercising 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Exercise increases your core body temperature, which blunts melatonin production and ultimately interferes with your internal body clock. Exercise increases your body temperature in your core, which blunts melatonin production and ultimately interferes with your internal body clock. 7. I know this is a hard one for some of us, but stop drinking caffeine at noon every day, and ideally work toward stopping caffeine 14 hours before your sleep time. So pretty much that just means drink coffee in the morning. If your sleep time starts at 11 p.m., then your last caffeine consumption should be at 9 a.m. That's because in most people, 50% of caffeine you consumed will still be in your brain 6 hours after, and after 12 hours, 25% is still there. Can you believe it? So if you have a cup of coffee at noon, a quarter of that caffeine is still in your brain at midnight. Caffeine blocks adenosine, which builds sleep pressure, that chemical that builds up during the day that makes you feel sleepy at night. 8, avoid drinking alcohol at night. Darn it. And ideally avoid alcohol altogether if you want the best sleep. You know, the reason why is because alcohol contributes to fragmented sleep. Waking up frequently during the night, many people are completely unaware too that they're waking up. This means that you'll only have this non-REM sleep. All sleep's important, of course, but that REM sleep in particular plays an important role in dreaming, memories, your emotional processing, and healthy brain development. Fragmented sleep also predisposes you to Alzheimer's disease. 9, avoid napping during the day. I know this can be a tough one for some too. If you must nap, keep it to 30 minutes and before 3 p.m., preferably right around 1 to 2 p.m. Napping reduces sleep pressure that builds up during the day and interferes with your sleep cycle, so do not nap too late in the day. Napping reduces that sleep pressure I was talking about that builds up during the day and interferes with your sleep cycle. 10, minimize your exposure to blue light from lights and devices after sunset. Dim your lights several hours before sleep or use those blue blocking light bulbs or those glasses. I use those and they're really helpful. If I don't, I find that I have trouble falling asleep. 11, have a wind down routine. The brain is not designed to go from being fully engaged to sleeping in just several minutes. It needs to get prepared for sleep. So I would say 1 hour before you go to bed, no screens, and about 2 hours before you go to bed, minimum, no more work. 12, remove all electronics from your bedroom and create a dark sleep sanctuary. Consider blackout curtains or wearing an eye mask. Block out noise and sound by using a white noise machine or by wearing earplugs. Improving your sleep rhythm will be a big step forward, but we can't expect miracles from our body. It's possible that you're still gonna need some support even after changing your amount of sleep. Maybe the diet you're following is just not the right fit. I mean, did you know that 95% of all diets we do on our own fail? I'll explain all about this here, as I want to make sure that you're following the correct diet for your body and you see the results you deserve to see. I'll see you there.